Hello and welcome to my No Man's Sky The Beginning series, and this is scrapping ships for nanites. And what I'm currently doing is going over to my ship to enter the ship, then exit to create a restore save point. You'll also want to choose a station in a system with an economy that's booming or flourishing or something like that. Not a downturn, but an up economy. That way nicer ships come in and we have a better variety of ships to choose from to scrap for nanites. And you can find that information in that catalog tab at the far top left and discoveries, and then hover over each planet that you have visited, or when you go into your hyperspace galaxy map, each star that you click on, it'll tell you what the economy is of that system. So again, find an uptick economy, flourishing, booming, something like that. Yeah, this ship that we're looking at here has a purchase of 7.3 million. If you will do the cobalt crash, as I did with the previous video of the cobalt, you should generate or create enough credits so you could afford several of these 5 to 15 million credit ships. I tried to leave a couple of ships available. Currently, as of this video, I have a freighter, I have 2 haulers, and I have a fighter. And so that leaves me 2 more positions for scrapping ships. So I'll go ahead and purchase this one. What you just watched me do is decommission services on the ships that I buy, and then transfer what we get from that back over to my exosuit, so I can cash that in before we scrap the ship. Now we're going to head over to the Starship outfitting carousel machine, where we can scrap the 2 ships that we just purchased. But the reason the cobalt crash is so important is we can create so many credits where we can afford to lose some credits, and we will by scrapping them, but we'll gain nanites. We'll also gain upgrades for our ships, and we'll also gain augmented vouchers, so we can add additional slots to our personal ships that we own, like the 3 ships I have, the 2 haulers and the 2 fighters. We can get augmented vouchers, so then you can max out your ship, and you can gain nanites too. I don't do it every time, but you just saw me decline a ship that was under 2 million. Because what I'm shooting for is more class S upgrade vouchers, so I can add those to my ships. So the cheaper the ships, you'll get more class C and some class Bs, and that's not really what I'm looking for. I'll wind up selling all the class A through C vouchers and only keeping the class S voucher upgrades for my ships. So you'll see that shortly. We will be selling them for nanites, and that's the idea. See, we came over to the Starship Technology Merchant to sell our upgrade vouchers. Now it's going to say purchase. Just go ahead and click where it says purchase and then hit the sell button. So just from 2 of the ships we have, you can make 145 nanites, you can make 489 nanites, you can make 470 nanites, and 137. Now 2 of them are S's. I normally will keep the S's until I max out my ship. So I would only be selling the first one and the last one. I'm going over to my ship to install the 2 Class S upgrade vouchers. Now you see I have some Class A and Class S upgrades installed. I'm going to be removing before long the A's, where I just have Class S upgrades. As you can see, there is many reasons for scrapping ship, buying and then scrapping ships. And the upgrade vouchers are one, collecting nanites on the vouchers that we don't want to keep, getting those augmented slot vouchers so we can add more slots. As you can see, I maxed out my ships with 48 and 14 on my haulers, and I don't remember exactly what my fighter has, but we'll see that again at some point. You can see we're dismantling some of the upgrades that are on the ships that we're scrapping, because we can make some funds off of those too. As you see, where tritium and wiring looms and several other things come up, and then we transfer that over to our exosuit, and when we go to sell some of the things that we get from the carousel, then we can sell these too, so we don't lose as much against our credits. But when you can make billions, the credits are really not what we're worried about. You see, we're already up to over 12 nanites and growing. Because the scrapping, it's all about the nanites and the vouchers that we get. This is why we do it. Now, you can gear this however you wish that works in your best interest. So, but it is a fast way to gain nanites and vouchers. Now, one thing you have to be very careful. Your current ships will show up in this carousel. Try not to scrap the ships that you want to keep. So just be very careful which ships come up, because it's not just the ships that you've just purchased. It's the other ships that are on the landing pads that belong to you. So when I purchase 2 ships, sometimes one of them will come up and then one of my current personal ships will come up second. So I have to go back out to the landing pad, get into the second ship that I purchased, exit, and then come back to the carousel to scrap the one that I want scrapped. Now, just like the cobalt crash is a grind, this is also a grind. So there's many parts of this game, just like Elite Dangerous and just like a lot of other games, that's a grind. Trying to gain credits or nanites or whatever that you're trying to collect. It can definitely be a grind at times. But from this same carousel, you can upgrade your personal ships too. You can use the augmenting vouchers to add slots to your ship. You can upgrade the class with nanites. Like my ship, my current Hauler that's on the landing pad is a class B, and I will be upgrading it to a class A and then upgrading it to a class S, and it takes like 25,000 nanites to upgrade from a B to an A, and it costs like 50,000 nanites to go from an A, class A, to a class S. I believe I explained all the parts to this. I'm going to continue to let you see me purchase ships, scrapping them, selling the upgrade vouchers. I don't remember. What I do is I record all the video and come back and overlay the audio. I might upgrade my current ships during this video, but if you continue to watch my videos, you will see at times I will upgrade them. But you do that from the same carousel that you scrap ships from. And the carousel will say you have no more inventory for stuff, for these materials that you're gaining, if you don't go over to the Galaxy terminal and sell some of them. So every once in a while you'll see I'll go over to that Galaxy terminal and sell some of these parts that that you get credits for that we're not getting nanites for. So the ship upgrades, we get nanites, but everything else will sell out the Galaxy terminal for credits. And like I said, you might want to keep some of these Class A ones for now and then replace them eventually for Class S. But I'm to the point now, I'm removing my Class A's and adding Class S module upgrades. And be careful that you do not select the exchange unless that's really what you want to do. You could wind up exchanging your personal ship for one of the ships you intended to scrap. So just be careful. There should be 3 buttons. There should be a purchase, an exchange, and a decline. Now, if there's ever just the exchange and decline, that means you've already, like for in my case, I have 2 open slots for ships. So I have 4 ships total of my personal, including the freighter. And I'll be putting together a video upcoming on purchasing a freighter. And it will be one of your 6. So you have to decide what you want as ships, what you want as a freighter, and then how many you'll leave open for scrapping. And what I'm doing here is I'm removing the A class and the B, and I don't think there was any C. I think there was 1 B and the rest were A class upgrades. So I'm removing those to make room for S class. So, and I'll do that on all my ships. You can tell the space in my exosuit is filling up, and I'm about needing to go over to that Galaxy trade terminal and sell off some of the stuff that you collect by scrapping ships. And just to the right of the carousel. You have the outfitting carousel, then you have the your own personal suit manipulator thing, and then right to the right of that you can purchase additional slots for your exosuit. So you'll probably want to do that too. And you only can do one per station, and then it probably respawns after so much time where you can buy another one. But I have jumped to so many systems and to so many stations doing the cobalt crash that I have filled up my exosuit, both in the general, the technology, and the cargo. And at some point, this is a must. This is what we were talking about coming over to the Galaxy Trade Terminal. So you're going to have to sell off some of that, those materials and products that you receive from scrapping ships. Now, I've only been playing about a week, and you see under my credits, under the GFM_RDG at the top left, my credits are 3.5 billion, and that's mainly from the cobalt crash. So yes, you will lose some credits by scrapping ships, but we're gaining nanites, and so that's very important to me, is to gain nanites where I can upgrade my ships. So I would rather sacrifice some credits in the process. So we get some of it back here at the trade terminal, but you're not going to get all of it back that you spent purchasing those ships. So do the cobalt crash. So watch that video first and do that before you start scrapping ships. So you have plenty of credits to be able to scrap ships, collect the vouchers that you want, and can sell for nanites. So, but make sure you do the cobalt crash before you do the scrapping. Now, some of these products and materials I keep. I don't sell everything. So, like on the top left in the slots, those are just core materials. I'll keep those. I'll keep the navigation data, the augmenting vouchers. I keep those. I will keep some upgrade modules for whatever ship that I want to upgrade, and there might be some materials that I don't have a collection of. And watch the anomaly video, and there's some storage containers that you can purchase that have 20 slots, and you can purchase up to 10 of them to have 200 slots at your base. Do that, and what I'll do is I'll store some of those things. So I'll take some of this back with me, back to my base. I believe I do wind up selling those Class A modules there at the technology broker for the Starship. I don't think I keep those. And you see we can apply the augmentation vouchers here, or you could purchase for over 100 million one slot. I'd rather use the augmentation vouchers. And you can go, like this ship is one of my personal ships. We can go from a Class B to a Class A for 25,000 nanites, and that's partly why we're collecting nanites right now. Then it go from Class A to Class S is 50,000. So we need to collect as many nanites as we can get. So we're going to have to do a lot of grinding, and it'll take more than just this video to update this ship as much as I'd like to. At the beginning of this video, we were a little over 12,000 nanites, and now we're over 16. So it's about 4,400 nanites is what we've gained just in the last 30 minutes. So I mean, you can do pretty good by scrapping ships to collect nanites. So you could get roughly 10,000 per hour. So I think that's pretty good. And I need to continue to reiterate, please be careful. You can affect your current ships docked here at the station. So make sure you're only affecting the ships that you plan on scrapping. Do not scrap your personal ships that you want to keep. And it's probably not a good idea to sell material that the demand is less than 20%. So if it says negative 20% or less, I hang on to those until I come across a system or at a later time where the demand might be higher. I appreciate you coming along and watching my video series, The Beginnings for No Man's Sky. Please look down to the lower right hand corner of the video and press that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything, and you're notified when I produce more of these videos. Underneath the video in the description, you'll see ways of donating. It's been a difficult year, and there's some equipment that we need, like additional hard storage for our videos, and we can't really afford to purchase that at this time. So if you would help us, we'd really appreciate it. Underneath the video and to the left, you'll see our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you'll find over 740 more videos to watch. And Elite Dangerous, and No Man's Sky, and Ultimate Fishing Simulator, and VR Pinball. You know, all of those games, and maybe in the future even Star Citizen if they'll bring it back to VR. So we have all kinds of videos. I think we'll end the video there for now. There will be additional videos probably on scrapping ships going forward too, because it'll be part of our daily grind of No Man's Sky. So in the beginnings, we're just kind of showing you a variety of things that you can do and what we're doing. So we'll have a new series when we get out of the beginnings and more of on a day-to-day grind type situation. So I appreciate you coming along and hope to see you again. Thank you for watching.